Good morning. Welcome to the final day for some, the final day of July.
Well, and it is the final day of the daily huddle for this week. So there's a couple finals that we're talking about. Welcome, gentlemen. Good morning. Good morning. Coming to you live from Charleston.
So your setting looks beautiful. Fill us in. Where are you? Why are you there? All that kind of stuff.
So I'm in Charleston, South Carolina, because I decided to say yes instead of no. Right? We talk about the power of no all the time, and it's important. Setting boundaries and being disciplined and saying no to things is important. But Gabby came to me and said, "Hey, we've got an opportunity to take a last-minute vacation. We could fly out Thursday afternoon, spend Friday in Charleston, and come back on Saturday before she ends her maternity leave." And I said yes instead of saying no. I rearranged the schedule, did what we need to do, and it's been a fantastic 12 hours that we've been here. You know, we got delayed for an hour on the flight, but it was great. JetBlue was fantastic. We get to Charleston, and wouldn't you know that the sign says the best city in the world? And I was like, well, we'll put that name to test. Got to the hotel, fantastic service. We're staying at the Emmeline, which is a swanky hotel in downtown Charleston. And just really beautiful scenes. Had great dinner at the hotel last night. And now we've got a day of walking and eating and drinking. And oh, by the way, it is just as hot in Charleston, South Carolina, as it is in South Florida.
If not hotter. If not hotter.
Stepped off the plane and was like, whoa, here we go.
The thing I'm most proud of you for is that you are, your son is part of your life, not the other way around. So he's gone, man. He's been traveling. He's 3 months old. He's already seen more stuff than most people see in the first 10 years of their life. So, you know, I love it. I just absolutely love what you're doing. Laney Jones is
love the Emmeline, right? Yeah, it's a great hotel.
Don't be surprised if you see me and Helen following your tracks, because that's a good weekend vacation.
And I will leave the roadmap of the places that we go to eat. But of course, so first of all, the hotel is fantastic, mostly because it's got 3 different restaurants connected to it. So you can go to the coffee shop, you can come to the Italian place. There's another lunch spot connected to it. So I got up this morning, go get our coffees, and I'm getting everything ready. And I see that they have an option for a regular biscuit. And I said, "What's a regular biscuit?" And they were like, "Oh, well, it's our fluffy buttermilk biscuit with butter and jam." And I was like, "I'll take a regular biscuit, please."
Yes, ma'am. Actually, while you're walking, make sure to check out Callie's Biscuits. There will be it's on King Street, and you will know it because there will be a line out the door worth the wait.
I will make sure.
They have everything you can think of on a biscuit. So good for you. Congratulations. Enjoy your day away. I love the fact that you're living that life. For me, yesterday was a little bit more boring or mundane. I didn't travel anywhere, but yesterday was the kickoff of our board meetings for Junior Achievement. Saw some old friends. There's Andrea. There's Chaz, who we haven't seen him in the huddle in a while, but I broke his balls yesterday. We're going to kind of have but if you look at that top thing, 69,000 students were served by the work that we do. 5,000 volunteer hours. Mark, I know you're part of those volunteer hours. So, and then Lori called me last night and said, I won most engaged board member. She said she's seen a switch in me. There's new energy. Andrew Koenig took over as the chair. I'm on the executive board now with him. So great stuff happening. Great to be involved. Great to do good.
That's right.
So there is that good feeling. And then I visited for lunch with my friend Bob Goldfarb. And while I did not get a picture of him and I, which was a miss, I did get a picture of the goodies, man. So
I love the fact that he's putting hashtag it's a gold farb inside of the collar now. Like that is just such a trademark move. That's so fantastic.
So, me and him came up with that a while ago. We started branding, it's a gold farm. And so that was, I agreed, a great move. Those are 2 of my 6 that are coming because it's a new season. We're heading into third quarter. You got football, new uniforms, new helmets. It's
Can't
my
wait.
new uniform, so
I love it.
Great stuff. Got a fun show today. Got a lot of questions that are just out there. They call them rhetorical questions, but I'll be firing some Friday funny stuff at you. I'll be sending some rhetorical stuff, but you can't even start the show without waking up. Wake up, everybody! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! Wake up! Come on! Wake up, everybody! Teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen what you have to say. Wake up, everybody! No more sleeping in there. No more back to thinking, time for thinking ahead. Come on now. So this will be fun. Yes, sir.
So before we move on, I just want to drive home the point of we put out that I'm in Charleston and I'm staying at the Emma Line, and Laney Jones comes in with Order the Pizza, right? And then you've got Scott Oglesby who says Vendu Inn has amazing breakfast and rooftop bar, Pearl for oysters. Yesterday, I put out a piece of content on LinkedIn that was about the breast milk situation happening in my house.
I was going to go there, so I had it on my list.
Well, so I just want to drive home the point of that. I got 10,000 views on that yesterday. I got people sharing with me real personal stories in the comments of the post. It was such a great piece of content to go back to that opened up countless conversation opportunities for me. I wasn't talking about business per se. I was talking about something that was happening in my life, just the way I could be talking about showing up to the Emma Line. Just share what's happening in your life, and it offers you unbelievable opportunity for conversations. It's so important.
I'm going to take that story and add on the power of this thing that's in front of us. So I posted the pictures of JA, and I talked about the event that I'm chairing, which I did last year, the Ultimate Night Out. We crushed it last year. We're going to crush it again this year. It's on a Monday night, November 14th, Monday Night Football. It's a whole football theme. And wouldn't you know, my friend Brett Dunn, right, who is the national sales manager for Lucas Bowles, a full portfolio of liquors, reaches out to me and says, "Do you have a spirit sponsor?" I said, "I don't think we do." Next thing, I put them together with Robin. They're talking today. I said, "Make sure you fly in, sit at my table," and boom, marketing yourself to the max. So if you can talk about breast milk, this will be a Friday funny. Seems like there's no boundaries. So I was flipping through my social media the other day, and I saw this ad. Seriously? I was like, what?
I love it. That's hilarious. That's a great ad.
So in this audience participation today, is that okay? Did that cross the line? What's your thoughts?
Well, so this goes back to the teaching of what is a brand, right? What does a brand is a feeling. And the reality is that if you don't like talking about balls, you're probably not going to like those shorts anyways, because that's what their value proposition is. So to me, don't dance around who you are. Don't dance around the things that you like. Put it out there. Let people decide whether or not they like it. And I promise you, unless it's completely offensive to the masses, you're going to find more people that align with it than don't.
So I got to tell you, I think every guy has a conversation about the shorts and balls. So to me, it caught my eye. I'm going to buy it. I buy shit off Instagram. I'm going to buy them just because,
Right. So,
Right.
right.
So look at how.
Lululemon's ABCs, the anti-ball crushers, right? Like it to me is what are you willing to talk about and how are you willing to put it out there in a way that engages people? Like, are you going to talk about the pillow thing right now?
Here we come, baby. It's pillow
Yeah,
talk. So
let's go.
tell me pillow talk.
Meet your next pillow. Why do we make our pillow in the shape of a cube? I'll tell you. The problem with pillows is that you're trying to fit a round peg into a square hole, or rather a pillow-shaped peg into a shoulder-shaped hole. This is Sydney.
Hello.
Look at the space between her head and her shoulder. It's a square. None of these rounded pillows are going to fit that space perfectly. They're going to cause her to bend her neck, flop her body, and twist her back out of alignment. What Sydney needs is a pillow that properly supports her neck and keeps her spine in alignment. Hence, the pillow cube. The ancient Egyptians knew this. Pharaohs used this headrest. The Japanese used these pillow boxes. They offered great support, but were they comfortable? Alex, is that comfortable?
No.
So we decided to modernize their invention. We went through dozens of iterations to find a material that was soft, yet supportive. Everyone we've tested it on just loves it.
Wow, that is soft.
And it's not just a great pillow for sleeping. Try it out on the airplane. Use it for office naps, or as a yoga support. It's also a great meditation seat. It provides excellent lumbar support, and it's the perfect pillow for spooning. So stop wasting all your money on these fancy new mattresses and get the pillow that will support your noggin.
So in my mind, it's a fantastic ad because it was entertaining, but it also educated the hell out of me and spoke very clearly to what I needed to know. But they decided that they were going to make a pillow that was conventional, makes sense, and not aesthetic. I know for sure there's no chance I can ever buy that pillow. Why? Gabby's never going to let me have a square pillow on the bed. It's not going to look right. But that's who they are. That's what makes sense to them. They'll win more than they won't because they're speaking to their specific market.
So that ad reminded me of the Shave Club. You know, the guy who built the Shave Club. It was tongue in cheek. It was funny. Regardless, I do agree with you though that in a product that is mostly purchased by females, right? There's no way aesthetically they're putting a square pillow on a bed. It's just,
right. But for everybody who's just worried about functioning, and like when I was single, 1000% if I would have saw that ad, I would have bought that pillow in 0.3 seconds. It would have been on my bed. It's how I ended up with like the Performa Sleep or whatever my mattress was. It was like they hit me with the ad that it was cooling and it was coils and it was this and that. I was like, yeah, that's my mattress now. You know, like so, when you're making the decision, you win.
Shay, give me things that make you go,
Things that make you
Things that make you go,
Things that make you
Okay, so that ad made me go, The balls thing made me go, How about this one? Howard Schultz comes out. Starbucks CEO Howard Schultz recently floated an idea that non-customers will hate, employees won't like it either. So what is that? Is that they are considering closing the bathrooms to just anybody using it because they're being inhabited by homeless people, which is a real issue. So bathrooms open, bathroom closed, you tell me.
So I'm a bathrooms closed guy, only because when I was on the road recruiting, to me, Starbucks was the spot I was looking for if I knew I had to use the bathroom. Like I knew it was going to be clean, but there were times that you walked in and it was like, whoa, what is this Starbucks doing as opposed to the other ones that I've been to? So for me, brand integrity and ensuring that you can deliver the best service possible. Look, like you're a place of business. You're not a hotel. You're not this is not just open to you coming in and hanging out. This is, you got to buy something. You got to be here and have a drink in order to use the bathroom. It should be the same rule, in my opinion.
I love it. I love it. So I happen to agree. And here's two women coming in. Devin says,
"Oh, I'd buy it." Squares are cute.
Michelle is buying it. You know?
Let's go. So, all right. So you never know.
We get royalties for playing that ad. So,
right.
Oh, there's Jonathan. That's creative. You see?
I love it. Jim Barrett says, "Hit up a Bucky's for a clean bathroom," which is exactly
I mean,
correct.
well, Stuckey's started. That was the foundation of how Stuckey's got started. It was, hey, drive on the road and come for a good meal and a clean bathroom. So the world has changed. I mean, it is gross to have to use the bathroom after some of these. So whatever. So here's another one for you. So this has come up a lot recently. So we believe in investing in yourself. Learning is positive. We talk about it every single day. Who pays for the learning?
So
Is it the
I
individual?
don't think there's a wrong answer here. Is it the individual or is it the company who pays for it? I don't think there's a wrong answer. If I'm responsible for the organization, I want to ensure that I'm offering my people the opportunity to learn. I want to buy them development. I want to create the atmosphere that I'm making your development my responsibility. But that doesn't mean that it stops with what I offer you. You should be buying more. You should be going and buying more classes, more books, more opportunities to speak and listen. And like that to me is, there's not a wrong answer. The idea is that everybody should be paying for it.
So Paula Bird says both. Okay, and Paula's active. Love to hear what everybody else says. Here's my take on it. Skin in the game.
Sure.
If you don't pay for it, in some respect, you
don't respect it.
You just don't respect it. So, I think what happens is when you buy something for somebody else, and I've seen this when companies buy training for people and then they're just not bought in. That bought in part, is really hard. Culturally, as a leader, if your players weren't bought into you, right? That whole
1,000%.
So I think.
So how do you create buy-in? Do you create buy-in by forcing somebody to give, to be a part of it? I think that is part of the reason. That's a tactic that you could deploy in order to create buy-in. But buy-in, I believe, really comes into being bought into the values of the company, right? You got to be bought into that. This is the place that we work. This is the place that we reside. This is what we do here. This is a part of our DNA. I love the fact that when I work with Dennison's people, he does a share with them. He takes care of a percentage. He takes care of a percentage, and then they're responsible to go the rest of the way for it. So I think there's a lot of different ways that you can do it. The fact that you put it strictly on your people, sometimes that might be hard for them. You're putting them in a financially tough situation to be able to get some of the best coaching or some of the best training.
Sure.
If you make it important to the organization, then you should have some skin in the game as well.
So there's Lori Kuznetsky.
There you go.
Lori, I've been trying to contact you, so you owe me a phone call. But she gets it. So I like that attitude. Here's the
1,000%.
bar. Get engaged. You'll pay for it out of new stuff. When I was growing my businesses, I had someone say to me, don't buy that car, buy this car, because it'll make you feel different. It'll make you better. And you'll be able to pay for it out of, the new proceeds that you're making. So I'll fund it or I'll deduct it at the end, or all of those scenarios. But it is a partnership. I love that. We're going to go quickly to motivational music, because today is just a great song. And it's for every salesperson who is dealing with somebody who doesn't close the loop. Give me Stevie Nicks and Tom Petty.
Maybe you don't know
fantastic.
I love that song. So just a reminder that it is an emotional roller coaster being in sales. Stop.
1,000%.
So we're on this rhetorical question thing. The reason how, and the way I got there was, of course, my man Seth Godin put something out there. And so I want to throw this question at you and you tell me how you think. Rhetorical question. If your house near the ocean has a beautiful view, should the person who buys the lot closer to the shore be able to build a house on it? I just went through this at my old condo in Palm Beach. They built a hotel right butt up against everybody that faced west, which killed their view.
So I think it goes back to the same conversation of who pays for training. To me, you have a social responsibility to look out for the people around you and the people next to you, to be a good neighbor. I don't care whether it's faith-based or however you go about that and that value. It's why I love Seth so much, because he's constantly challenging people to think more in a socially responsible way. That to me is being socially responsible. Respect your neighbor. Just because I bought the lot closest to you, now it's on me to ruin your view because I have the ability to build as high as I want? No, right? Why don't I own that lot now? I'll build a 1-story so that I don't mess with 15 other people's view of the water looking at it. I might charge a higher rent in that place. There's lots of ways to still do right by me. I think you have a social responsibility. It's like your neighbors, right? Like, you could put a sound system in your backyard. Does that give you the right to play it as loud as you want, whatever time you want?
These are the questions that form your character. So I happen to agree with you, but the fact is he has every right to build a high rise there if that's what's, so
how he wants to make, or they want to make the
Beach,
decision.
How did Miami Beach happen? How did New York happen? How did any of those places happen when everybody's building, taking, Monopoly was built because I got the land,
Sure.
So I love that he put that out there because there's so many things that happen in your day. Final one, just a couple of things here. If you deep fry your holiday turkey, is it okay to pour the used oil down the drain or dump it into the river?
Right. So to me, like, you're definitely not going to pour it down. You shouldn't pour it down your drain because that's a quick way to ruin the pipes in your house. And you definitely shouldn't dump it in the river because now you're making it somebody else's problem. You have a social responsibility on how you dispose of that. But so there was something on there in one of the sections that you had where it said, instead of saying, I apologize for the delay or whatever, thank you for your patience. Like, there's a great example of it right here where Lori says, I know, forgive me. When you apologize for keeping somebody on hold, or when you apologize for the delay, you make somebody else feel a certain way that goes, oh, you know what? I wasn't that important to you. If you were to reframe that, and if Lori would to say, I know, thank you for your patience, or thank you for waiting for me, right? Like, wow, that makes me feel way better. You just thanked me. You made me feel special. And even though you may have been in the wrong or whatever. So I think, all of that ties into the same vein of how you think and what your philosophy is.
And here's the final take, is that the whole idea of apologies not holding their weight, people apologize too easy. Oh, I'm sorry. You think you're off the hook. Listen, I'm sorry I killed you.
right.
You're still dead.
Correct.
So everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy your walking tour of Charleston. It's great. Make sure to check out a place called Snob.
Will do. I've got Snob on the list. I've got a few places on the list that I will make sure I hit today. And I promise you there will be pictures.
Fantastic. Enjoy. Everybody have a great weekend. The grind includes Saturday and Sunday. Just so that you know, I bought Stevie Nicks tickets yesterday, so I'll be seeing you over. So all good stuff. We'll see you guys Monday morning. Remember, just a reminder, there's 26 people who have paid for the get on the ball live call. There's another couple of people on the waiting list. We go live marketing it Monday, and we'll clear that up, close the loop for our Wednesday call. So hopefully you get in. We'll speak to you guys soon.
Please don't worry about me. I'm about to let my heart speak. Friends keep telling me to leave this. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Give you one more night,